Just a man on a mission, ambition to never fail. Personality electric, he is animated male. Intelligent and wise, calm and often cool. Chris James giving opinions while also speaking the truth. Empathy and compassion. Stephen Michael is here, helping you through your traumas, helping you with your fears. These three forces combine and keep it honest. Turn up the volume, cause this is the application of knowledge.
This is the Application of Knowledge Podcast. Chris James, Stephen Michael.
Animated Mel. I am that I am.
You could just literally be animated male today. That's fine.
No, I'm Hollywood Mel.
Hollywood male.
Hollywood me easy.
Copying off of Hollywood Steve.
Me easy. Yeah, Hollywood Steve was here last week.
Yeah, now I'm regular Steve.
Hollywood Mel.
People have no shame. They just bite and they don't care. By the way, nigga, I took this right from you last week.
Or it's just inspiration.
Nah, maybe. Yep. Okay.
Inspiration, motivation.
I mean, let's not go too far, Steve. Because where did you get your inspiration? Jamie Foxx was it?
Wow,
Jamie
it was
Foxx?
a pair of glasses.
Was it? Who inspired
But
you?
I wore my glasses first.
Oh my God.
Huh?
What are you talking about? You talking about them ones with the? I feel like those are more props. Like a prop.
Yeah. I mean,
Okay.
You know, how we feeling, man? How's the week been? How's your?
This week was better than last week, so that's always good.
It's been good.
Yeah, I had a good week. I got some y'all know how you got like little stuff hanging over your head that you need to do, like little tasks.
With like follicles. I mean, okay, but no, I'm just saying.
You said follicles?
You said hanging over your head. You know?
Oh, follicles.
Yeah.
Like hair.
No,
Follicles.
no.
Okay.
Like tasks.
Like tasks. Okay. Yeah, so
Things to complete.
There was
you got a lot of tasks complete.
I didn't say that.
So you're like a taskmaster.
Okay.
Like the Marvel.
All right. Yeah. Isn't his name Slade?
His real name?
Like, isn't that who Taskmaster is? He's got the swords and he's black and gold. Is that Taskmaster?
He has like a hood. He wears a hood. He has like a white hood.
Who is? Oh, I'm thinking of from Teen Titans. Or he's like the main.
Oh, that's his name's Slade.
Oh yeah,
Is that
Slade.
is that not Taskmaster?
Nah.
He's some.
Yeah, different.
But he's
That's a different universe, isn't it?
Yeah, that's DC. I'm talking about Marvel.
they're probably
Yo,
like the same person.
Marvel
just
has
different.
so many characters. Who's the DC Superman?
The DC
Or
Superman.
no. I'm sorry. Well, I guess Marvel has a lot of Superman.
Yeah, I'm about to say, like, I mean,
Apocalypse.
right? I mean,
Captain Marvel.
Captain Marvel. I was gonna say Miss Marvel. That's a different character.
Yeah, that's the little
Mr.
girl.
Marvel, I think. There's a dude, Marvel, right?
Yeah.
Is there?
I used to have his card. Yo, there's so many.
Yeah. There's a lot.
Oh my God, it's crazy.
I guess that's the uniqueness of Marvel, though. You know,
That
So
is,
diverse.
and then basically DC has just stuck with Batman, Superman, the
Flash.
Wonder Woman.
I mean, like, bro, y'all have so many characters. Y'all ain't even trying
They
to
won't
delve
even
into
give
them.
us Steel, bro.
Yeah,
they
like-
will not give us Steel.
I mean, like y'all. I mean, they did years ago. Like, there was an old Steel movie, right? But that was like the 80s or something, 80s or 90s.
Yeah, it's an old movie.
Like, I mean, if they really started to go into their characters and develop characters, then they would pick up more of what Marvel's doing.
They're
Marvel,
about to have Black Adam, right?
Yes.
The Rock.
they're just but okay, let's be honest. Is The Rock really who
No,
you want to
no,
to
you don't.
You
You
want
don't.
actors that people don't know. Like, I mean, like, for example, okay, they picked Robert Downey Jr. He was a fantastic Iron Man, and
I feel like he was meant to play Iron Man.
He
I
was.
feel so too.
He was. yeah.
He's like
He's
literally
gonna have a
the
hard
perfect
time. I don't
person.
even know if he's gonna act anymore.
He doesn't need
Is
to.
he sick?
I don't know.
Okay.
I feel
why
like
would you
I feel like at this point he should just retire. Like, you were Iron Man for like 10 years. You're always going to be Iron Man. Like, no matter what you play, you're always going to be Iron Man.
That's how it was with Hugh Jackman, who played Wolverine.
yeah. It's just like you're
yeah,
always
but it's
Wolverine.
not as bad.
I mean, no. Yeah.
I don't think it's as bad as Iron Man.
Okay.
Like,
But
the
it's
Iron Man is like it's the Iron Man movie. Like,
yeah.
We grew up with Wolverine
I don't
being
know,
played by
Wolverine.
Hugh Jackman.
Wolverine.
Yeah, but
he was always.
But
Wolverine.
how many Wolverine movies are there compared to
That's literally the only.
in all of the X-Men movies?
Yeah.
Yes, he's literally the only.
In the
Wolverine.
X-Men one?
Yeah, I don't remember any
Very,
other.
Nobody remembers that, Mel.
he
Only
ha-
fans remember that.
He has been the only Wolverine.
And
the only.
and he played in just other movies that featured Wolverine. It was always Hugh Jackman.
right,
Always.
right.
Any cameos,
Which
it would
is
be
huge.
him.
And then now they killed him.
And there's no Wolverine right now.
So it's just like, how are we gonna do another X-Men?
But they'll eventually find someone to replace
When they
him.
did Logan, what they're gonna have to do is they're gonna have to go back.
So wait.
Because you know they have all these new universes.
No,
now.
Yeah.
like you could get a Logan from a different future. Oh, you said
Well, yeah, they're gonna have to do something funky. But I mean, he's getting older.
Yeah.
Is
like,
that why?
I don't
It's
know.
'cause he had cancer. Nose
Bruh,
cancer
they
or
don't. He
something.
does not look. When you look at Wolverine, Hugh Jackman when he started, and old Hugh Jackman, it's just like, bruh, like you're towards the end of
Too
this.
much computer graphics got to go into it.
Yeah, they've. It's like Did you see Logan?
Yeah.
Okay, so you saw how they brought back the younger version of him. That was all CGI.
It's like Gemini Man.
But that was a
haven't
good.
seen
That was
that
a good.
movie.
Really?
Yes,
I haven't
you
seen
need to
that.
watch it.
That was a good movie.
Yeah, it was one of
It didn't
Will's.
do well, but I heard it was.
No, it didn't, but it was good.
It was a very good movie.
I think people didn't trust it because Will's movies lately have been
Yeah, it was ever since he did. What's the one movie with his son?
something Earth, After
Happiness,
Earth,
Pursuit of Happiness?
No.
After Earth, or
After Earth
something.
or something like that. Yeah, they got that was a big deal between them two because I guess apparently like it didn't do well, and then the media was basically coming after his son, and
Right.
then Will was basically telling him how to navigate it because he was not the main focal point. He was really trying to launch his son's
Jaden.
career, right? He was trying to
Well,
launch
Karate Kid launched his career. Well,
right, but
Yeah.
he's getting older now. He's really trying to launch. So this was like father son, like passing of the torch, and it didn't do well.
Yeah.
Which I didn't think it was a bad movie, but
didn't watch it.
It's a Will Smith movie. You expect a certain caliber, and yeah, he was in, but he was in a spaceship. He got hurt. He was stuck in a ship basically the entire movie. It wasn't a Will Smith movie. So
That
there was
wasn't smart.
There was an expectation
Yeah.
that it is, it's a Will Smith movie, and it wasn't.
Yeah.
And because it didn't do well, the media was basically coming after Jaden after that point, and he was trying to navigate it, and Will didn't do a good job of helping him navigate it. And then him and his son got into a really big thing, and it almost broke their family up. But yeah, that was
I heard remnants of it, and I understand why Will did it.
yeah.
Will wasn't wrong for doing it. He just didn't understand the shadow that he cast and the amount of stress that he would put on the situation. And who could ever really know that? Like,
Right.
it's not his fault. It's just
You should watch the movie though.
I
Just one
maybe
day,
I'll
if
watch
it just comes up and you're, you know what I mean, if you one of them days you need to de-stress and you just happen to see it, watch it. It's not a bad movie, but I didn't think it was a bad movie, but I was like, I mean, it was okay.
So, you got finished with all your tasks.
no. I got some tasks done. I got this company asked me to be an ambassador for them, and you have a responsibility to do certain things, right?
Yeah.
So I like to be a man of my word, and I told him I was like, I'm gonna put together the promo early June, which it's early June. We're getting very close to mid-June. However, I needed to test the product because I can't put my stamp of approval on something I haven't tested. So I did that. It's actually a pretty good product. It's for testing blood work. It's one of them home test kits.
Oh.
It's actually a super seamless process. The tests, the samples they travel fast. Bro, I mailed it off and I had my results like within 24 hours. I don't know, it's crazy.
Are they in Texas?
No, I think it's in like North Carolina or Florida or something. I don't know.
How they move it that fast?
Overnight shipping.
Oh, they that's part of the package.
I mean, you purchase it. I'm sure it's
Oh.
built in or they got a deal. But
Right. But I'm saying it's part of the
bro, the whole thing. You go, you click, you figure out which test you want to do. It comes fast. Everything's being tracked. You scan it with your phone. You activate the test. You to take the sample. Everything's there that you need. You package it up. It's very seamless. I'm like, this is actually dope, and I think it'll help the community monitor what benefits they're getting from what they're doing.
Yeah.
And the tests are reasonably priced.
Okay.
Like it's not a cheap thing to do. Blood work is not a cheap thing to do. But for someone to be able to say, well, I just want to test for my, vitamin D or testosterone or whatever, $69, $99.
Oh, they test hormones too?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you could do like not a full panel,
Yeah.
but you could do like there's a men's health panel and a female's health panel that has several different tests and it might be $200. It's actually pretty dope.
Yeah.
So.
One of the things that I think that, in general in our community we should do is get blood work done. Because I had some done. Well, I had blood work done years ago. And because I was going through all this fasting. And this is when AHA was, people were talking about fasting. And, it's going to hurt you, da-da-da-da. There was all this. And I'm like, well, let me get blood work done. And then all came back literally perfect. I mean, stellar. I mean, electrolytes. I mean, everything came back better. Perfect. And then recently had some more blood work done, which gave me even more information about things that I was working on. And it really helped me to laser beam focus on some certain things that I want to work on. So I love that you are working with someone who can help us with that process, so that way if somebody is, you have someone for coaching or whatever, you can say, hey, listen, this is part of the package, you need to send out your blood work, yada, yada, yada. And, it really helps us to then even help them further along what they're doing. So that's going to be a big benefit.
Would you have the kits?
No, it's all drop shipping. Like you order, so like if you wanted a test, I would just send you a link, and then you order through that link. You get 30%. I think it's 30% off.
Okay.
If you use my link.
Okay.
So the tests are already pretty reasonable, and now you can get 30% off.
That's dope.
And yeah, Steve, I didn't even think about that. All of the coaches can use it to help track, and we can also, some other people on some other channels. I know Reg Edited has been talking about like hormonal imbalance and just getting blood work done.
That's huge. I actually, because I haven't had hormones tested. I've had other things, but I
thought I told you about it.
You mentioned it like it was like 2 weeks ago.
Yeah.
And I think you had just got the test in.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, but you hadn't actually done it yet. So yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah.
No, I think that's really good.
Mel, are you gonna do a test?
Huh?
Are you gonna do a test?
For what?
Blood work,
Just
all this
to
stuff.
do
We were
it?
just. You don't want.
Well,
You
yeah.
don't know. You don't want to know some stuff. Maybe you got some issues. We're none of us are perfect. We can all improve.
How much is it?
I just told you the prices.
What was the price?
Well, it's
$69,
it's different. It's
200,
different prices. It ranges.
Can-
Most of the tests are going to range from $69 to $200. It depends.
You gonna give me the homie hookup?
Yes, I can give you-
30%.
I can give you a discount.
Huh?
30%.
A word? 30%?
Yeah, I can give you. A
That's
discount.
the homie hookup?
It's part of my.
Is that the homie hookup?
He said,
Like,
I
hey,
need.
when y'all worked at McDonald's or White Castles, and your friends come through, you be like, yo, I can give you 30%, or you just give them motherfucking fries, give them extra. You know what I mean? Hey, I got some fries for you. You know
I
what
mean, Chris is not the one that is taking the test and doing it, so he can't give it to you for free.
Oh man,
I can't give it to you.
Nah,
for free.
you know what? I'll support it. You know what I mean?
I mean, it's
Not
really
a
for
support
you.
thing. It's,
I mean, yeah. I mean, I don't, I'm good, so I'm not like, man, I really need to figure out what's going on with my
mean,
blood. But
maybe-
I'm not opposed. I mean, I've recently gotten some blood work done.
Oh, okay.
But
what do you know? What kind of work you had done?
this was when I was having, I guess, that issue with what the fucking
Was it a vertigo?
yeah. And so back when I was in my previous
It was stress,
The
man.
governor.
The governor.
the governor when the governor. I guess that's back when I was with the governor.
Hey, if any man ever calls a relationship or a woman, the governor, the mayor, the boss, the president, the CEO. Those aren't good names.
You know what that means.
Man, she was militant, man.
She's militant.
But
The
hey,
sergeant.
she's a good woman.
She's a nice person.
Yeah, she's a good
apparently.
person
She is
overall.
really. You know the funny thing is, I was like, man, it's just this one fucking thing, man.
It's a one big thing.
Oh, you were thinking about going back?
No.
Oh, okay.
No, I'm just like, there's every girlfriend that I've been with is just, there's one thing. There's just one thing. I'm just like, man, if this one thing just went away, it would be perfect.
You know what? I know what you're saying, but I can't agree with it. I know. And the reason I say that is because, I just had somebody say to me, Steven, if I could just lose this 80 pounds, my life would be perfect. That's the one thing. And it's just like, no, it's not. Because what about all the things about you that got you to that overweightness? Mm-hmm. It's not just the weight. Because even if we just genie magic change the weight, then you still have all the other issues.
Right.
So I know what you're saying, and I don't disagree with what you're saying.
I'm not saying it's realistic for it to change.
Okay. Yeah.
It's just like
It just seems like there's always
a
that.
hopeful wish that if she would, if the first girl wasn't insecure,
Yeah.
if the second girl didn't have depression, if the third girl,
You dealing with some heavy hitters,
Right.
man.
Right.
if the third girl wasn't so close-minded, so.
Yeah.
Is it only 3? How
it's
far
more.
back we going? Because
It's
I
more.
feel like you skipped.
I'm just naming a
one,
few.
2, skip a few, 99,
But-
100.
Here's a thought that I had yesterday. It was, in past relationships, do you feel like the one got away? Like there's someone that you've been with that like, man, this was the one that got away. Granted, we know people change and you don't know how things would have gone, but there's that one person who opens that thought like, man, if I would have just stayed with this girl, we would have been good, because I had that situation, It's just like, there's there's only one. I'm just like, fuck, I was immature and young and I just wanted to be wild and free, And she just wanted to love and be loved. And I was like, man, I ain't about that life right now. I'm trying to go to the club.
Right.
You know what I mean? What you talking about? I'm dancing. And the thing is, I've never been a cheating person. So I could never cheat. So I just like, look, man, I just can't. I'm not ready to be tied down. Just moved to Texas. I was getting ready to move to Texas too. I'm just like, yeah, man. So that's like really one. But I always think about my past relationships. Like
That's because you're not in a happy relationship now. That's the only reason.
what?
If you were in a happy relationship with somebody now, you wouldn't care about them. Other girls.
True. But no, I'm not thinking about the relationships and like, oh man, they just cross my mind. Like it's just a random thought. Just like random moments that happened to me in high school or just growing, just moments, they just hit me and it just makes me think about it, But it's not something that I'm missing. It's just a thought. Like
I think that we all have a person like that.
I got a few.
Oh, okay. Wow.
I got a few.
I don't have a few. I think that I have 2. Like
You close to a few.
I know.
You got a couple.
we're just, we look at what could have happened, and then, there's the part of us that says, did I do something wrong? What if I would have done this? Like, we never actually know, right? And so this is actually a good segue. So that's actually the part of us that the emotional part of us that feels like, man, if I would have done this, then I'd be happy, But then the spiritual side, is a part of who we are, says everything happens intentionally. That person was there for a reason. And part of, suffering is holding on. Now, I'm not saying that any of us are holding on, but, it's always good to look back, and it's always good to just see where things were and reminisce. That's okay. Where the problem comes in is where people continue to live back there, right? That's where the issue comes in.
Staying in the past.
Right.
Living in the past.
Living in the past. So
Rewind.
one of the things that that I did not know, and if I didn't know, I'm going to assume that you guys did not know, but June is Men's Mental Health Month.
I knew.
I thought it was Pride Month. Didn't y'all say that?
It is.
Listen, we got too many things. Everybody can't have their own month. You know what I'm saying? You can't just.
Is there another celebration on Christmas?
I have no idea.
Or is
But that's
Christmas?
just one day, though.
Right, that's just one day.
It's
But
easy on
but
one day.
you I mean, at this point now, everything has a month, right?
Yeah.
But I mean, just think about it. Did you even know that? I mean, like
I
did
knew,
you
but this
really-
was the first year that I ever heard about it.
Right, me
so it's
too.
new, right?
Right, I don't know if it's
I
new.
don't know.
I don't know.
Hold on, it's Pride Month, and this is
Men's Mental Health Month.
specifically men's.
Correct.
Who makes it?
Men
who
commit
decides-
suicide so much. Like men, like men need
Well,
that.
I don't think it's exclusive to men. I think
Yes, it is.
suicide is.
Oh no.
Men commit suicide at much higher rates than women.
2019
So it's new.
is when it started.
That's pandemic. It's all fuzzy right around that
Well,
time.
this is before.
That's right.
Oh, I'm sorry. Since 1994.
No, that's a lie.
Since 1994, June has been
Google
recognized
doesn't
as
lie.
Men's
We've-
Health Month.
We've only recognized it since 2019. That's
This is the article came out in 2019, but it says since 1994, this is when it started.
Men's mental health.
Yeah,
That's a lie.
So
I've never heard of that.
okay, well this is part of why I want to talk.
Can we
about
go back in time and look at newspapers and stuff and see when
I mean,
somebody
I'm
was
sure.
talking about
I'm
it?
sure that we, whoever began it. But just because you've never heard of it doesn't mean that it was not a thing.
Okay.
This is why I want to talk about it, because we've never heard of it. Why do we hear about Women's Mental Health Month? Right? I don't know what the month
I don't
is,
know
but
what
I've heard
that is
about
either.
it. Like we have all of these months where there's something special or there's something, suicide awareness, right? I mean, autism awareness. These are all things that we've heard of for years and years and years. But my question is that Men's Mental Health Month, why does it have to be the same month as Pride Month? And I just want to preface by saying that I have this is no shot to anybody in that community or anything at all. But right now, and for some years, it has been the leading thing. I mean, it is in everyone's face, Pride Month.
Yeah, Pride Month is definitely going to
It's going to overshadow anything.
everything. Yeah.
So, but I just find it very interesting that it is attached to Men's Mental Health Month because no one even knows it's even a thing. Like I posted, like I didn't even know, and then one of my friends reached out to me and was like, "Hey, did you know this?" And I'm just like, "No, I had no idea. I've heard of it, but I didn't know it was in June."
I mean, if I can be completely and utterly honest, can I be?
Please do. We wouldn't want you any other way.
I don't give a damn.
About what?
Pride Month, whatever the fuck this
mental
month, like
mental month. Okay.
I don't care. Like I don't need like these are things that people are creating and saying, hey, this is this month. Okay, this is how you acknowledge. No, I don't acknowledge that. Yes, I feel like mental health is important, but it shouldn't just be celebrated or acknowledged for a month. Like it should be something that's done daily and something that's focused on and highlighted on since this country has so much damn trauma in it.
Right.
Like it should be something that everyone is taught, mental health and learn how to control or, to be in, states of mind where you can make rational decisions and you understand your behavior but these months, people have these days, these weeks, and I don't care. I do not care. I just do not give a damn. Don't care about it, So I don't I would never know about that because I don't care. I don't follow these things that people do Focus on
What
me.
about no
Focus on
panties?
me.
No, what about no panties? What's it, Steve? Is no panties November or something?
No panties.
Is it a whole month?
No
or
nut?
No
No
nut.
nut
No
November?
shave November.
Oh, they did no panties November and no nut November at the same time. That's
is,
a
is
direct
it no
contradiction.
panties November?
No, but there's a day, right?
Like
I
Y'all
wear-
don't
I
know
wear-
about no panties, whatever.
I don't wear panties. I don't know. No, I don't. That's not. The
So
reason.
y'all
I
don't
know.
celebrate that?
I never
I
heard
said-
of it.
I've never heard of it.
I support that.
Okay.
I'm sure
so
you
what
do.
about masturbation Mondays?
Okay.
Did you just make
I just made it up. You know what I mean?
Okay. Before we get off topic, so okay, here's the thing. The I understand that you don't care. Absolutely respect that, right? But you knew it was Pride Month, though, right?
No. Only knew that because you told us last week.
You didn't know it was Pride Month.
No, I would
you
have.
You haven't seen a commercial. You haven't seen all. You haven't gone on Google where Google has where they have the. At one point, Google had Google in rainbow colors.
I'm not saying I'm not aware of different designs, but what I'm saying is when those ads or whatever pop up, my mind doesn't think of Pride Month. I don't think about it because it's not something that.
I mean, you go on Instagram. It is. I mean, you look at Instagram and the when you post a story, it's usually Instagram colored, and now if you post a Pride story, it's the rainbow around. You don't see any of
I'm
those?
not gonna lie, Steve. I didn't know either.
Okay, well, I pay.
And
attention
also,
to
I'm
those
not
things.
on Instagram heavy like that.
I am so because I do for ad business, so I'm on there.
Right.
So I mean, I see these things.
You told me, and then I saw a building that had, I guess, rainbow colors, and somebody was like, "Oh, that must be because of Pride Month." But other than that, I didn't. I see PayPal, like we talked about last episode. I see the PayPal badge change, and I always think, "Oh, that's so dope." And I never really think, "Oh, that's Pride Month." Like,
Right.
I just be like, "Man, I like when they change that. That's dope."
I mean, and I know you guys. Neither of you guys are really like on social media like at all. So I don't really. I mean, I guess like because I don't know, man. I'm surprised you don't see anything because like even in the skating community, there's a lot of people in that community.
But
So I just see
you got to
stuff.
consider our bubbles. Me and Mel's bubbles, I'm sure, is completely different from yours.
Very different.
Like on my feeds don't have any garbage at all.
Right.
Because I don't follow anybody that posts anything that's garbage. Like,
It's not that I have.
and I'm not saying that this is garbage. I'm just saying like my bubble, I've created it that way.
I mean, I only
Whereas
have like 360 friends.
it's not about that. It's about who you follow, and it's about what content you look at. So like my friend Shamar, he sees girls twerking all the time on
Yeah, I don't
his.
see
You know what I'm
that
saying?
stuff.
I don't see that at all. So it's just you got to remember, like all of these are small little ecospheres. Like even on YouTube, it's going to give you content that you watch,
Yeah.
or that it thinks you want. You're not going to get all of it. I'm never searching for anything gay pride. None of that. So
Right.
it wouldn't pop up.
I mean, I just, it's once again, and it's because I am in a part of a specific type of community. There happen to be a lot of people that are in that community as well,
Which makes sense.
So that's why I get it. It's not that I go looking for it or anything. I don't even like. That's why.
Mm-hmm.
So that's the only reason. But I just thought that it was very interesting because it was during a month where everybody is focused on pride. And of course, I focus on men's mental health. I mean, that's part of what I do, and it's just completely overshadowed. Like during the month where, and I get it, right? If you don't care about it, it's okay. But during this time, it's supposed to bring awareness to it. It's supposed to shine a light on it, just to say, hey, listen, this matters over here. You know, like Breast Cancer Awareness Month. You know, everything is pink.
Oh, that breast cancer,
mean-
they probably are the biggest.
Yeah. I mean, it's because
See,
they
that I'm
see it as a
aware
real
of.
thing.
That I'm aware of because they have like those walks and I
Right.
went on a walk before.
Why is me too? Why is men's mental health not a part of it? This is my point.
Yeah, I mean, you know why.
Why is men's mental health not a part of that stuff? Like, is it because we have no advocates for it? Maybe that's the reason.
No, we don't.
Right? Susan G. Komen, Race for the Cure, right? I mean, I see it so much.
Yeah,
Or-
in general, who's advocating for men? In general. Pick a topic.
We had somebody and
You know what
I
I'm
think he
saying?
got taken out.
Who?
Kevin
Yes.
Samuels.
Oh,
You know, and then they just destroyed him. So,
But pick a topic. Who's advocating for men?
Well, I mean, people would say that we live in a patriarchal society.
This is a man's
and it's a
society.
man's
You
world,
have
and you guys
everything.
have everything. So now it's just like, I mean, I can understand that to a certain degree, but it's like, let's be honest.
But instead of demasculating
it's not
men
It's not a man's world
throughout society.
It is white man's world.
Right. It's a very specific niche of white
Right.
men.
And it's
Like,
not, and it's not even all. But
No, it's
it is.
not.
It is. So you can't say, "Oh, well, you're just a man," and as a black man, it's like, I mean, I've been oppressed. I gotta work hard out here. I just walk down the street and people look at me like I'm gonna do something crazy.
Right.
You know, like it's no. So just as hard as women have it, men have it hard too.
Yeah.
Unless you are a specific type of white man,
Well-to-do.
that is the society. That's them. It's not just all men.
Right.
Do you think that's a reflection of an insecurity when you say that when you go out and you see people the way they look at you like you're about to, do something crazy or that you're crazy? Do you think that's a reflection of your insecurity? Because instead of looking at how they're looking, why not look at them like, oh, maybe they have a lot on their mind or something like that? Why do you instantly would think that?
I mean, I don't walk around thinking that people are thinking that I'm going to do something.
But just based on someone else's expressions, without even knowing what's going on in their mind, you assume something.
I mean, I took a very small piece of something and I blew it up. I don't think that way typically. Like,
Well,
I don't.
It happens.
Yeah, I mean, it is.
And you can like it's more than just their expression too, because they'll go on the other side of the street. Like, you've never had that type of stuff happen to you?
I've definitely had some stuff, but I'm just curious because also I used to go around thinking in the mindset that everyone is an enemy, and so it's just like you have a trained mindset, and then I grew and I experienced life, and I just even when I'm around the most grimiest looking person, like the most dude, like he about to do some dirt, you know what I mean? I still present myself in a welcoming manner. I smile or I match their energy in a way that I feel that they can be respected. Because a lot of people, if you go against their body language, they start to feel uncomfortable. But if you match their body language, the tone of their voice, and the way that they're speaking to you, they feel a lot more comfortable with you,
I wouldn't say that for me, it wouldn't be an insecurity because me personally, I think that I in general come off as a very welcoming person. People have a very easy time talking to me or coming up to me. I was using that as an example of maybe not how it's not always like that, but it's like that.
I definitely get it. I was just broadening the conversation.
No, it was actually it was a good follow.
It was. But I don't think that it would be. I wouldn't say it's an insecurity. I mean, it is perception. How you think people are going to perceive you will make you feel defensive, or it will get you to see to see those things. And a lot of that I think is based upon life experience. You know what I mean? Like if you grew up in the hood, like, you know what I'm saying? Like we grew up in not the best of areas. So, I mean, I've been in places where I've been called the N-word, I've been kicked out of bars, in Kentucky, just for being black. And I'm with white girls and they're just like, oh, we'll just leave. So, my experience. But I'm sure you all been there. But you go through things and then you start to see the world differently. And then over time, I think that you begin to kind of heal and you kind of get over those things. You don't ever forget, but you still know they can happen.
You ever been called by like a white person randomly?
Yes.
I used to work at White Castles, and because you have to go from Roselawn to Reading, and so I was going from Reading to Roselawn, and I was walking down the street, and I just heard, I was just like, I literally started laughing. I'm just like,
And they drove fast, right?
yeah. They just drove.
That's how they do it. That's how they do it.
I'm just like,
It's always in the car driving past. They
just
never
like, what?
just. I got called. I got called when I was third grade, I think it was. We were in Chambersburg, so I'm in third grade. I walk back and forth from school. It's the country, and these children that we all went to the same school, but I ain't know all the kids in the school. Yell out their window, yeah, and my dad's gonna kill you. He's with the KKK. Like, I'm probably whatever third grade is, 8. I don't know what that is.
Yeah, probably.
That is
eight or 9.
wild. Man, to be that young, man. That's how you can tell kids they grow up in that stuff. Man.
I mean, a lot of that stuff is, I mean, we've seen this time and time again where you have, a black child and a white child together, and they're all good. They love each other. Hate is learned.
Yeah.
It's not innate. It's not something you just grow up. It comes from, maybe being abused at home. A lot of bullies are being bullied.
Yeah.
And, when, like, for children, when they're bullies, it's not particular that their parents are bullying them. Maybe they're being overly aggressive, or maybe they're being neglectful, and they're doing it because they can get away with it, or they're doing it because they don't feel love at home, so they feel like this is how I get loved. Or, people respect me, like I bully these kids and I have like now a group of 3 or 4 friends and they respect me. Well, do they respect you out of fear? But they respect you because they like you, right?
Right.
So it's a lot of what happens to children is, of course, what happens at home and what doesn't happen at home as well. Mm-hmm. And they take that stuff to school with them.
I wanted to answer the question because I didn't get the answer.
Oh, yeah, man.
Yeah, he went
You
ham.
saw that? He said, "This is a great segue."
Yeah, I was just like, damn, Chris ain't even talked about it. Like his
You
girl-
couldn't even let me go first if you was gonna segue. The original question, in case y'all don't remember, was, do I feel like there was that one that I lost and the one that got away?
Yeah.
You took it all the way back here.
Well, he didn't get a chance to answer.
I wanted
I
to
didn't
answer.
think- okay.
Chris doesn't want to answer. We all have that one. No, actually, no, I don't. I don't have that person. I used to feel that way, but as I got older and retrospect is an important thing. The person I am today and what I've been able to accomplish, the person that I thought was the one that got away wouldn't have been able to help me get here.
That's very true.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So, no, no, like, and it was only just that one, because I've had some girls I've dated or girlfriends that are really attractive or this and that, but ultimately they couldn't, like, I went through my mind. I'm like, okay, could this person support me in what I'm doing now? And the answer is always no.
Yeah.
So, and I think that's important. You have to have the right type of person around you to give you that support, because as a man, you're going to be able to accomplish whatever you're going to accomplish. But if you have a good supportive woman or a foundation that can support you, you could do much greater things.
Hey, man, that's the thing about a good woman, man, because you can be a good dude. As Chris said, a guy's going to do what he's going to do. He's going to accomplish what he's going to accomplish. But as great as you are, if you had a woman who is supportive, she is right by your side, you guys are working together, and she can do and fill in some of those gaps that you have, then you can go even higher and have so much more success in anything that you want to do by having that person.
What about the qualities of some qualities that a past woman that you've had, they have? Do you ever go seeking that in another situation or within another person?
I mean, I'll tell you this. I mean, yes, I think that in general,
like, granted, we have a type.
yeah. Right, when you're talking about qualities, I'm not talking about physicality. Right. Okay.
Just qualities.
So yeah, I mean, for, the number one thing for me is support. Like, I mean, and I think that may be, I don't know, man, that's not the same thing for everybody, but I think probably for us that may be, a thing. Like, if you have my back and say, I trust you, I'm proud of you. Obviously, words of affirmation are my number one love language. So I trust you. I'm proud of you. I support you. And then you support me. I mean, that's the number one thing that I need. If you do that, then, I mean, we talk about, you know, how women look and all this stuff. I mean, I'll take me a smooth 5.5, 6.
There's nothing wrong with 5.
I know. I'm just saying. There's the stigma. There's the stigma that everybody wants a baddie. No. There's a I'll just be honest. When you start hitting those higher numbers, you start getting more headaches. Like, and some of my I have a lot of friends, and I try to help some of my friends with talking and communicating. And my one boy said, "Hey, yo, bro, you don't understand. This girl's like a 9, bro. That stuff just doesn't work." She's a straight 9. You can't talk to her. You can't communicate with her that way. You can't express your feelings to her this way. You got to talk to her a certain type of way. Like, me personally, I don't need that. Like, I told
y'all that in the earlier episode. Yeah,
said, I mean, with different type of women. Like, you, I don't want it. Don't need it. Like, I don't need a baddie. Like, I don't. And this is Steven. Like, this is not. You know, I give me a 5 or a 6 who's like on top of her game, who's supportive, who loves me, who'll be there for me. You know what I'm saying? She's a little freaky. You know what I'm saying? Like, give me that, and I'm happy. Like, I'm not shooting for Hollywood type, you know what I'm saying? I don't care.
Do you have any qualities in any other girls that you've messed with or been with in the past?
You said mess with or been with?
Well, I mean, involved that you've been involved with.
Any woman that I have.
Like, cause you look at equalities in those women and any other like relationships that you seek.
Do I think about qualities?
Yeah, when you're aiming for another woman or another situation.
Not really.
Just take them as they are.
No, I mean, I have my I don't want preferences as far as like how I want a woman to treat me. It's not necessarily. You learn from old relationships, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes a woman will do something and you'll be like, oh, I didn't even know I like that.
Like, damn, girl, I didn't even know I like that.
Oh, wow. Why we gotta go there?
Huh? Like what?
Guap, 2000.
Yeah, so like, but I don't think, oh man, I want the next girl to do what Christy did or what.
Christy.
I just came up with the name.
Because his name is Chris?
I've never dated a Christy.
I'm about to say, that don't even sound.
Christy,
that don't
Christy.
even sound like a girl I date. But I don't want to, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to like use any real example.
His next girl gonna be Christy.
Right.
I don't think about, you know.
Christy Jane.
I don't think about things. I know what I want. You know, and it's good enough. Like,
I feel like your answer was a yes, but it was I don't really think about it, but I like certain things.
I think that was the question, though. Are you like? Do you,
I actively look for support.
Certain things that
was my number one.
Because there's a girl that did that for you, and you.
It's twofold. So I've had it in small bits, but most of it I haven't had. And then when I did have it, I said, "Oh, I need this." Right. And then I realized I never really had it because when I had it, I didn't even like her, but it caught me so much because I realized, oh my God, I need this.
So you felt like a Pokemon.
Jeez.
Wait, what?
Because you was support. He was like, oh shit, man, now I got it. You know what I mean? Because you know the Pokemon, they battle.
Hey man, we talked about Pokemon, they were slaves. What are you trying to say? You said I feel like a slave?
No, they just support, and now you was like, man, I need this.
Like you play video games, right? An RPG game, you have like your tank, you have your damage dealer, you know what I mean? You have like your range player, and then you have your healer. Who's support?
You need a healer.
I need a healer.
You need a healer and some healing.
I need a healer. That could be a Beyonce song, but she wouldn't sing that song, would she?
I didn't say that I need someone to heal me. I said a support character, which support characters can heal as well.
So you want to be the little spoon.
That's not what I. That's okay.
Do you mind being a little
How did you
spoon?
get that from what I just said?
Have you?
I think Steve wouldn't mind being the little spoon.
Not. I mean, not all the time.
Bruh,
But
I'll be a fucking little spoon.
I
Cuddle
mean,
me, man.
No, I don't think I. No.
Hold me from the back. I want your embrace.
You know, to be honest, man, I haven't even.
I think I'm too big.
It's been so long since I've even had any of that type of like intimacy. I don't even. It's just not on my radar.
Man.
It's weird.
I mean, it is, but it's just like
I like being a little spoon. Maybe because I've been the big spoon enough and my arm been going to sleep. And I'm like, you know what? I'm tired of this.
no, I can't. No, I don't want to do all that. Like, if a woman's if her primary love language is physical touch, I know that I can't. This isn't gonna work because they constantly need.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like, I don't like that. Like there's certain things.
Is there a love language that I don't agree with?
I don't know.
Not necessarily agree with, but that I couldn't. That we're like fire and oil. Or whatever.
Man, I'm gonna tell you
Opposite.
what. Like if you a lot of women, and I've had these conversations, I've asked and I have found that a lot of women have a love language of quality time, and that is what it's always quality time. And I believe, my genuine belief is that I think that there has been so much trauma between men and women because of just how men and women interact. I think that a lot of times quality time is being overused because it's now trauma. Does that make sense? Because a lot of times I feel like people say, well, my love language is quality time because they feel like they want your time, they want your time because they didn't have it with somebody else, and now it's trauma.
Right.
It's not actually quality time.
That's good, yeah.
Because quality time is not about having 5 hours a day of your time. It's really about the time that we are together. It's quality.
It's quality,
right?
yeah.
Our phones are put away. We're not focusing on other things. We're focused on each other.
It's the most important thing at that moment.
Right. And a lot of times what's happening is that even when they take the test, like, oh, it's quality time. Like, no, you see time and it's just there's something. It's trauma. It's unhealed.
They're not. You know, a lot of people don't actually understand the love languages.
Right. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So that actually makes a lot of sense.
Yeah. So anytime that a woman says my number one love language, oh, quality time, I'm like,
You know what that means based on what they're saying, but it's not the same definition of what, because that's how
Right.
I understood quality time as well.
as just time.
Yeah, it's
the number.
It's time. No. It's time that you spend together, and it's quality.
Yeah.
I'm gonna give you my attention. You're gonna give me your attention, and that's fine. Physical touch, same thing. It's not when we're in the room, I gotta be touching you. I don't think that's what it is, but it's intimacy.
Yeah.
That's what I think. I mean,
Well, that's not your love language. That's probably one of your lower ones, correct? If I'm
no, what?
physical touch?
Nope, it's 2.
Is it?
Yeah.
I thought you said that it was one of the lower ones.
No.
Yeah.
I thought that it would be.
Yeah.
Which you probably assume that.
Yeah.
But it's actually high. But this is what I'm saying. Like, it's intimacy. It's not, I gotta be touching. Man.
Hey, cuz.
Why you gotta be like that, Mel? Are you gay?
No.
What
I'm ticklish,
I'm
man.
just trying to.
Hey, stop touching my thighs, man. Hey,
I was just demonstrating.
I know.
Oh, I can hug you, but I can't touch your thigh.
yes, you can.
And by the way, it wasn't your thigh. It was your knee.
No, it was
Yeah,
my
I touched your
thigh.
knee, too.
How you gonna tell me what I
It
felt?
wasn't your
The
thigh.
hand is so big. It's just
My hand just
literally. It's
Bro,
your
it's my thigh.
it's your whole upper leg.
How about everyone keep their hands to themselves, okay?
His love language is physical touch.
Right,
Second,
right.
What's your first? Communication?
words of affirmation.
Communication's not one.
It's not even a love language. What's your first?
Nigga, I don't know.
Oh, you don't know?
I gotta look it up.
No, I can't remember what it was, man, because I took the little test.
Mel,
Wow.
you clearly aren't taking it
I'm
seriously.
supposed to remember this shit.
I think it's important to know number 1 and 2.
Where did I put it? I think I put it.
Because it's a good science.
It is.
It's a good science.
It is. And even, it's not exact, right?
No.
But I think 1 and 2 are usually like, okay.
If you were honest when you took the test, it's going to give you some insight on compatibility or how to show someone love in a way they accept it, which is important.
There you go. That is to me the biggest thing. Like when I'm talking to somebody, I want to know. Like I'm talking about when I'm talking to you.
Mine is quality time.
I can see that.
Yeah.
Words of affirmation.
Okay.
Physical touch. Receiving gifts.
You don't gotta go down the whole list.
and
Don't
acts
nobody
of service.
Okay.
Nobody care about those.
I'm giving my
I just
results.
need the top
Okay.
two.
Let me tell you. You want to know my top 2? Do you know them?
Quality time. Words of affirmation.
Oh my God.
Do I know
Are you
yours?
just? Are you? Yeah.
Oh no.
Okay. Could you?
The first one is the affirmations, right?
Yes.
Because you said you need the
Right. Now you know me. What do you think my second one is? I thought that's something I showed her.
physical touch, gifts, affirmation, quality time. Damn, son. Okay, yep. Quality time. No, he said that. He put it in my ear, but that's not what I was gonna say.
You know.
This is what I'm gonna say. Based on you, all right, it'll be.
As soon as if you get it wrong, as soon as I tell you, it's gonna make sense.
Acts of service.
Correct.
Okay.
Correct. So just think about me and what I do, and I do stuff, right? Like acts of service is I'm doing something. Whether it is I will go and I'll wash somebody's dish for them, that's an act of service. It's me showing love. Or I'll do something, and that's me showing love. Now the thing about love language is that my first one is words of affirmation. My second one is acts of service. Now, if your primary love language is receiving gifts and quality time, we're not gonna vibe, because we can talk and we can like each other, but I don't like. I mean, well, I do. Giving gifts. I like to give gifts.
I just thought of a really good idea.
I like giving gifts, but it's not. It's not really my thing, right? But let's say that if I didn't, then you're going to always feel like, man, this guy don't love me. He don't ever show me no love. But I can be telling you, I love you, I care for you. I'm literally showing you love in the way that I like to receive love. So there can be this miscommunication, and it happens so much in relationships. It's part of communication, right? Which is what I love to talk about. People don't really understand each other, and we think we do, but a lot of times we don't.
Do we think we do?
I think that in general, I think that people, yes, I think that in general people think that they understand each other, and they don't. I think it's part of why relationships.
I feel like it's so glaringly obvious that people don't. I don't even understand how someone could think they understand each other. Mm-hmm. Nobody understands anybody. People don't understand themselves.
Yeah, that's true.
Like,
Hey,
you know what I'm saying?
we out here.
That's why you gotta get them blood tests. 30% off.
Links in the description.
Right.
I'll throw the link in the description. Why not?
You know what I'm saying?
If y'all want to get some blood tests,
You know what I'm saying? Get that old kickback, you know.
Okay.
throw the link in the description. Hey, you know?
But yeah, man, like I see what you're saying though, but I think people in general think that they understand each other. But if you really start to work that out and you ask each other, you know, what your love languages are, then you can then realize, okay, my wife her primary is legit quality time. So if I am telling her I love her, that's not enough. It's not enough to tell her I love her.
Show me you love me.
If I wash the sheets, I clean the car, I cook dinner, it's not enough. She doesn't see it as love. It doesn't compute. Mm-hmm. And that was one of the big things in my past relationship with my ex-wife. Like, she would always just say, like, you don't love me. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm out here working 2 jobs, I'm killing myself, I'm doing everything, and I'm telling you I love you, and it's just, you know what I'm saying? But this is before I understood these things.
Right, yeah.
And then her primary love language was physical touch
And receiving
and
gifts.
well, no, quality time.
I thought overseas.
So she would want to, when she went to bed, I was supposed to come to bed too. And I'm like, girl, I've been working all day. It's Friday. I want to play the video game. And she's like, why won't you come to bed with me? Like, I'm not tired. But that's her way of, well, I'm going to bed. So if you, I mean, you know.
Oh my
but
God, that's
this-
giving me anxiety.
I'm
thinking about
serious,
that.
but this is the way that it works.
Traditional marriage. Bro.
This is the way that it works. Like if you understand that though, then you can then say, okay, well, I'm gonna make time here to do these things because you know that that's how she receives love, and then now you can express to her, this is what I need from you. And this is something that we don't talk about. This is part of emotional intelligence. It's part of mental health. Like being able to communicate with each other and understand each other is so important. And if we can do that and then create a space where it's okay to express these things, our relationships we would have the level of the percentage of marriages would go up, the divorce rate would go down. People would not be together that are together. We wouldn't just be looking at each other for just meat and a nice warm hole. Like we would actively be looking for certain things or certain qualities in people that we know are going to mesh well with us.
I think it should be taught.
Oh my God!
That's all- I mean,
I'd love.
that-
We were talking about school
yeah,
last week.
yeah,
like
that's
that'd be.
Like if they introduced that in like when you were growing
Oh my
up.
God!
Before preschool, even.
Do you understand like what that? Now, granted, a lot of this won't even start really until about 7 years old. So they have to teach that. Well, yeah.
The concepts,
The concept,
can be touched on.
Yeah,
like,
true.
Have you Susie? What makes you happy? Right? You just change the
Yeah.
verbiage or whatever. What types of things make you happy? Do you like when people say, "Oh, Susie, that was a great job"? You
Yeah.
know what I'm saying? Just to familiarize them with that. But if you ingrain it at that early age, it'd just be a part of their foundation.
Yeah.
They teach you all about sex education.
Right, which
They
is
teach you
just
how to
biology.
have sex.
Right.
But they don't teach you how to understand and love
Yeah.
and have
Intimacy.
they don't teach none of that.
None of
We're
it.
just out here with these emotions and we just like,
Just meet.
what do I do with what I'm feeling? I need someone to tell me. I don't know. You know?
Well, that's when you start coping, and then we don't know how to cope with our emotions, right? So what do? We find something that feels good, and then when we find it and it feels good, we keep doing it. So a lot of times, especially in our society, it is drinking. That's probably the number one coping mechanism in our society is drinking. Like
caffeine.
I mean, or
Still
yeah.
drinking, I guess.
I mean, well, I'm talking about alcohol, but
Yeah.
but
It involves putting something in your body.
Yeah,
Instead of having a steel mind.
It is something to take you away from where you are at. So instead of dealing with it, it's just, well, I'm just gonna forget, or I'm gonna just, like, oh, I'm depressed, so I'm gonna go drink. So you're gonna drink a depressant because you're depressed, and then you feel okay in the moment, but then you wake up and now you spent money. You are probably more depressed. Maybe you hit something last night. You got whatever, right? It's a vicious cycle. And if they taught these things at a younger age, even just introducing certain concepts, then our society would be so much better. Instead of talking about gender identity, no shade, but I mean, I'm not saying that don't talk about it. I am saying, I mean, me personally, it's not for me. But instead of that being a focal point of saying, well, this is what we talk about, how about we talk about emotion?
Well, I mean, honestly, and I could be completely ignorant to this. So if I am, take it as my ignorance. Isn't this a new concept? Isn't the whole
it's
100
becoming
genders
oh, that.
new? Yeah, like what we were talking about last week. That's
Oh,
new,
yeah.
isn't it?
I mean, as far
I could be wrong.
I could be wrong too.
Maybe it's just now popular, but I feel like
I don't think it's new for us.
it's new for us. Okay, this issue that we have is age old.
Yeah.
And it's before
Emotions, mental health.
Because guess what? Whether you're gay, whether you identify as a T-Rex or whatever the case is, you're such. But people do, bro. They do that though. I know it's one of them, right? As a dinosaur. I'm just saying, like, it gets pretty ridiculous. I mean, listen, I know there's some people that are out there and they take it seriously, but also people do. I don't know if they're being serious, but they do. They'll be like, I identify
Oh
as a
yeah,
T-Rex.
well, there's people that identify as cats and animals.
They do.
That is,
they do.
That
do
is
that.
correct.
I'm,
yes.
I'm not even.
That is legit.
I'm not even joking.
That is legit.
But whether you're a T-Rex or a man and a woman, you still have to deal with what we're talking about.
You
It
still got to deal with your emotions.
it still
We all have those.
It still applies to everybody.
I identify as a Saiyan.
Okay. Okay.
You have for a while.
I know. I
but not
literally
yet
do.
Super Saiyan.
No, a Saiyan can become a Super Saiyan.
I know. I was just being
Can we?
clear. You identify as a Saiyan.
Now, do you identify specifically as the Prince of all Saiyans, or are you just like a
I mean,
a
he's got
worker
the
bee?
I'm Kakarot.
Okay.
Yeah, man, I'm the strongest.
Right, but you're basically like
But you're Kakarot before he became who he is now.
you're like Kakarot right before Bardock died.
No.
Are you Kakarot still on Planet Vegeta?
I'm-
Because he was a baby.
I'm Kakarot on planet Earth, married with 2 kids.
Oh, Chi-Chi?
Okay.
Oh, wait, but he was a Super Saiyan by then.
Chi.
Oh, okay, you've been hiding something.
Hey.
So you can make your hair grow.
Yeah. Are we doing
No,
this? Are we roasting? Let's roast. If you want to roast, if it's fair game, let's get it.
We're not roasting.
All right, that's what I thought. Because I can
only
get it
Super
in.
only Super Saiyan 3 makes the hair grow.
I need Super Saiyan.
Oh,
3.
you're correct because they all just stand up. Okay, you're right.
Well, level 2 goes a little more.
Does it?
It's a little spikier.
Well, no,
I
I thought
think
that was
it's
just a
how it
separation, the
lays.
definition of the hair.
It doesn't
actually grow.
However, I think the weight of it increases.
I could
I'm not 100% sure, but I think I read somewhere that the weight increases, but I'm not sure.
like they put gel in it or something.
It's like a cat when a cat or a dog, their hair stands up. That's basically the concept.
Oh, that's interesting. I'm waiting.
And
Mel,
you know what
you got
makes
something.
you know what makes sense actually.
You're building something.
No, I'm thinking.
Considering that the hair increases sensory perception, it actually all makes sense.
Wow,
Yeah.
that does make
That's
sense.
why I love anime, because
Yeah.
they just put little nuggets in it.
But then they also, someone came out with a video where they were like, what is the racial motivation behind this? You want to achieve to become a blonde hair and blue-eyed person.
Okay.
You know what I mean? And
Yeah.
you become stronger when you with blonde hairs and blue
Well,
eyes.
they brought the level 4, and he turned
That
black.
he wasn't canon.
I
So
know.
I don't know. I don't think it counts.
But then I was just like, this was made in Japan.
Do you think that there's no legitimacy to it?
Not for Dragon Ball Z. Just because it was made in Japan. And
Well, they're because they're Japanese.
Yeah, but that doesn't matter. They're affected by our culture just like the rest of the world.
for sure, but they're not making anime for us. They make anime for their people.
Right, but this is an individual that wrote this, so you have to take in consideration what that individual
was
might have
paid off,
experienced.
man?
No, I think that when you look at Western society, the impact that it has on other cultures is massive.
Looking at it like not a master race, but a step up.
Honestly, I'm not saying that they did it on purpose.
Subconsciously.
but subconsciously,
Possibly.
you could be influenced.
I can definitely understand and
Think
see
about
that.
this. When you see Corey's eyes, right? When we was, young men, you see Corey's eyes. Girls see his eyes. Oh, his eyes are so pretty. Why are my eyes not pretty?
Yeah.
I don't get knowing. So the lighter eyes are automatically more pretty. Why?
I think it's because it's different than the norm. I think it's because like you see.
But okay.
I don't get pretty, but I get like kind. But I think that's just I think that is a shape that is a
Shape,
But, yeah,
yeah.
it's not like the iris.
Because even
or-
if a woman or a person, a girl or a guy, if they were unattractive, they could still have those beautiful eyes.
that's true.
Right.
But how often
it's specifically the
how
eyes.
often do you see someone smack with beautiful eyes?
I mean, you can. I don't.
15%, 20% of the time. I promise.
Because usually someone who has pretty eyes is typically
So,
attractive.
Well, usually they're
Their
mixed.
eyes.
That's what it
Eyes
is.
are one of the things that increase or decrease attraction.
Right.
I mean, our eyes are. I mean, as a photographer, we focus on eyes.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's a very big part of what we do. Like, you can have somebody who's not that cute, right? So I take a picture. I focus on the eyes. They're crystal clear. But then the rest of you starts to get blurred out because it's like, I don't want you to focus on this. So the eyes are really important. So how someone's eyes are.
in a world where everyone has brown eyes, then who has pretty eyes? It's not really about the fact that it's different. I understand where you're coming from, but if you go back to a different age and time, they're scared of people with those eyes. Like if you go back to biblical times, when people had eyes like that, it meant that they were children of angels, and you didn't want that. So you know what I'm saying?
Interesting.
It's I'm just saying.
And the old boy,
With
in,
the
old boy in
gingers-
Germany, I ain't trying to say his name. We make, you know
Oh
what I'm
yeah,
saying?
we don't get.
But he,
Oh,
I
jeez.
mean, he wanted,
I
he
can believe
wanted,
it always. So
you know, blonde hair, blue eyes. That was the master race.
did he have? He didn't.
No,
I don't know. He didn't.
No, I don't know, man. I don't know about that narrative about it.
I don't either.
I really don't.
don't
Like
I don't
it
either.
doesn't add up.
This is why I just was talking to somebody. I want to go to Germany and I want to spend like a week, 2 weeks there.
Yeah.
And learn from their point of
History,
view,
yeah.
like their history. Because even if I look for stuff from my end, there's always something in it. You know, like even if you're learning about Germany from without looking at who won, who lost. You know what I mean? There's a filter.
There are world libraries, which is going to have the correct information in it, or
Interesting.
more correct.
See, I want to go there and study.
You kind of sometimes you have to pay for the content. It's not, you know what I'm saying, like a public, but
Yeah.
like, you know, world libraries typically hold more truth.
I mean, you see how we got censored. All they would say is name.
Yeah.
And it was in the title. And did they take the video down?
And
They took the video down. So just imagine
And
it's the same thing is happening.
hid most of my videos for a month.
right.
That's crazy.
Because now
we're
we're
back.
Now we back.
now
in
we
business,
back.
baby.
Back in business. So
they-
we're not
they
gonna
hit
make that
us-
mistake again.
They hit us with that
Shadow ban.
Shadow ban.
Yeah.
Like, so it's crazy. Like you. So I want to go out there and learn.
Y'all want to talk about a conspiracy theory real quick?
Go ahead, launch it.
There's this. Are y'all familiar with the name Aaron Salters? Okay.
His last name sounds familiar. I don't-
Okay, well, Aaron Salters, he was a man who was able to get cars to run off of hydrogen.
Oh,
Okay.
this is the recent one. Okay, I know. Yeah.
And so he has video footage on YouTube where they're talking about, you know, his invention and stuff like that. And he, you know, he was getting set up to get it patented or get it, you know, what's that? To
Yeah,
get
he
it
was
patented.
going. Yeah, he was getting patented.
Yeah, he was getting it patented or whatever, and it just hasn't been clear yet, but it was in that process. And so maybe a few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, a while ago, but this year, there was a mass shooting at a grocery store.
Okay.
That you probably heard about it. Like this dude drove and like planned it out, but he basically killed like 12 people.
Oh yeah, the
Buffalo.
grocery store.
It was the
Yeah,
Buffalo.
yeah.
Yeah.
It was like the older people and everything.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And that the guy who makes the hydrogen, he was one of the security guards that worked there, and he ended up getting killed.
Wow.
And so there's a conspiracy, you know, saying that, you know, since you're putting this out there, you know, just of trying, you know, basically silencing someone who's going against or making a better way to create.
Wait a minute. What does he do again?
He created, well, he worked as a security guard
Right.
at a supermarket, but he came up with an invention to have a car run off hydrogen instead of gas.
Okay. I'm sorry because there was a guy that I just saw who created a water device who was actually able to create water from air. So it actually pulls
There's a water bottle you can buy that does it.
that does that same thing, just
Yeah.
literally from air.
It pulls
and
it from
then
the air?
Yeah.
it pulls from the air, and he has now put them. It's actually FDA approved. Like he got federal backing, and he's now in he has one in Flint, Michigan, and somewhere else. And
How
literally,
does that work?
it's a
There's
machine.
water in all the air.
I know, but like,
He-
will it run out?
Condensation. Hot and cold makes water, right? Condensation. It doesn't run out. It's
It's
forever.
an infinite amount.
It's an infinite amount.
It's all.
Of
It's in
water.
the air. It's all.
It's already in the air. So that's why I thought you were talking about. Sorry.
This is why I be they be talking about water shortages and all this stuff.
No.
By the way, none of this stuff is new. Maybe someone new got a patent in this, whatever. None of this. This
Yeah.
is all ancient technology.
But the fact that now someone else is bringing it back up, and
Yes, he
so
ended
they
up-
basically off them.
You know, so like you can look at it one or two ways, that it's a conspiracy that someone
Of course.
was to, you know, planning to take him out, or It just happened.
How many movies do we see where there's someone goes in to kill somebody and then 8 or 9 people get killed in the shootout or whatever, right? Imagine if that was in real life, what that would look like on the news, right? Think about Men in Black. Men in Black was, we talk about Will Smith. Men in Black, they would fight aliens, him and J and K, they'd fight aliens and the cleanup crew would come through and neuralize everybody, right? So just imagine if the neuralizer was the media, which is like, oh, there was no aliens. This was a training,
Oh.
right?
Okay,
Right? This was a
yeah.
training exercise. So I'm sorry. I have a very open mind. I don't see it as a conspiracy. I see it as it makes sense. Like, hey, we need to go kill this person. So instead of just killing him in the quiet in his own home to make it look bad, let's just make it a mass shooting. And we're going to pay this person's family $100 million or whatever and take care of his family for the rest of his life. Or maybe we'll never actually pay him because we'll kill him too, whatever, yada, yada, yada. And he goes in and he says, oh, listen, you got to shoot up the place, but make sure the security guard dies, but you got to shoot up everybody else so it makes it look like it was just a mass random shooting.
It's just like, why specifically that supermarket?
In just a random place.
And why do you drive 200 miles out of your way to go to that particular supermarket?
Because he had mental health problems.
No, bro. This is all bull. The conspiracy is bull.
You think the conspiracy is bull?
Yes.
So what? So
This is obvious as hell.
What do you mean by the conspiracy?
It's not a
It's not a
conspiracy.
conspiracy.
It's not a conspiracy.
It is what it is.
No. What I'm saying is, if they wanted to kill this man because he made a hydrogen car or whatever, a motor, this is too obvious.
Is it?
If they were, dude,
He died in a mass shooting. That's just
it's too
this is
obvious.
bad luck.
Two weeks,
Coincidence.
a month or whatever before the mass shooting, he's on the news talking about how he made this hydrogen car or whatever, and now he's dead, and it's too obvious.
I mean,
Doesn't
but
even make sense.
they hide things in plain sight.
No, it's too
You
obvious.
can hide anything
And-
under the guise of a mass shooting. It's just random.
Bro,
at best.
this invention is not new.
It's not about
The
that.
technology is not new. There's these cars exist in other countries readily. Why? Bob Lazar made one back in the 90s, maybe the early 90s.
Maybe there was something.
He's
special
still alive.
about-
Well, Bob Lazar worked for NASA or whatever,
He made it, and he explained how it works.
and he's the one who had contact with aliens.
So why don't we have it then?
Because they outlawed the material he used to convert it to. So basically, the government because I can't remember what the material what it is, but because the government uses this material to make weapons, they outlawed it. But it's not across the board, right?
Right.
They don't just outlaw everything. So
Well, maybe that's what I'm saying. Like maybe, and I'm not
So you don't think that it was planned for him? You just think it's a coincidence?
I don't think
there's no
anything's a
such thing as
coincidence. I don't think that the conspiracy within the conspiracy is legitimate. It's too easy. They're literally leaving y'all breadcrumbs. How easy is that? He was on the news a month before, and now all of a sudden this guy goes 200 miles to shoot this guy, and it's because he made this hydrogen car. Like, no, I think it's a distraction. I don't think that it necessarily has anything to do with.
Maybe he has a partner, and they wanted to kill the other partner. They wanted to kill.
So
him.
you, I'm make
You
sure
don't
I'm-
understand.
I'm
Because
making
you want
sure
me
I'm
to
under-
agree with the. I don't agree with the conspiracy.
So you don't believe that he was aimed at by a government entity to be taken out?
I'm not saying that he wasn't being aimed at. What I'm saying is
That because it's so
It's so obvious.
It's obvious
for
to you.
for
you
somebody
think so?
For someone who thinks outside of the box and who isn't constantly believing everything that the media tells them,
Okay.
it's super obvious to you. And anyone who can just look at information for what it is versus the narrative that's being painted
Right.
around the information, everyone can be like, yo, no. Like, we know how this world works, regardless of how you feel or what you pledge allegiance to. Like, we know how the world works, and there's secret societies and all that stuff. And people are manipulating things, and so they can make it not seem like, because a lot of stuff be in people face, especially a lot of videos and conspiracy. Why do you think that videos about conspiracy theories on YouTube are being blocked? They're being blocked and they're being like so much harder to find. It's in the algorithm. It's literally in the algorithm, you know, because to make all these conspiracy theories hard to find. Like, there's a reason for that. You know, a lot of people say it's misinformation. Who's to deem what misinformation?
Whatever doesn't follow the mainstream.
That's it, because there's a lot of things that certain political parties can say, and if the left says one thing or if the right says one thing, depending on the narrative that you're painting or the direction you're pushing the conversation, you'll be banned or blackballed. Look at most of the conservative party. Look what happened, what they did to Bill O'Reilly. Look what happened to Donald Trump. They're silencing Candace Owens. There's just silencing so many people who go against everything that's being pushed out there, that you all can't see that this is an issue? They're silencing people that's going against the main narrative. Like, why wouldn't you want to know about that information that's being silenced? Because there's a reason why it's being silenced. Because they spread information that's opening people's minds and making them think at things differently. Because I would have never in a million years listened, like, based up how I grew up in the Democratic or the liberal mindset.
We all grew up blue.
If we grow up like that, and you listen to stuff that they say on the conservative side, you're like, oh, that's BS. But then I stopped listening to the messages that they were telling me to create my thought process. And I just started listening to what they were saying. And then I was just like, how aren't we on the side of like the conservative people?
Bruh.
Yes.
I'm just like, granted, I understand that politics is not a game that I ever care about or want to get into. I understand it's dirty, it's all that. I understand it's a game.
Right.
But if I was playing this game, why would I be on the state of side that gives another entity control over you? I'm just like, because like the conservative party, As I've learned, stop being told, I've learned that they're doing more for the black community than anything that's ever been done on the liberal side. And I'm just like, this is wild to me, because we get these puppets, and they're the figures that speak it, and they speak very elegant, they speak clean, and they say things like, we promise we're going to do this and we're going to do that.
I feel like you're mimicking somebody.
I mean, you can mimic any of those presidents, but just look at look at who they're silencing. Look at the presidents they're silencing now.
Yeah.
How are you going to silence Donald Trump because he's going against the main thing? He's not a politician, but now he's banned from Twitter as a president?
Yeah.
And you don't see these type of things? Like, yes, he didn't
get his account back yet?
You said what?
He didn't get his account back yet?
No.
Elon Musk said he would reinstate it,
but Elon hasn't like.
It's gonna take a little time.
He hasn't like officially.
he's playing games with them.
Okay.
So
I think it was he
reneged on the original offer.
Oh, for real?
Yeah. So it's still owned, but I don't think he's.
Okay. It ain't the deal. Everything ain't done yet.
Yeah, it's not.
Okay.
But it's just like I hear all these. It's like it's so frustrating because. Like, everyone has their personal views about how the political parties are supposed to go and things, but I'm just like, everything that you're crying about or whining about, and all these things that get passed, the Asian rights and all that stuff, immediately get passed. But a lot of stuff that affects the
black
community,
the black community has no backing.
Yeah.
That's why. The law doesn't even recognize black people. Mm-hmm. That's what people don't understand. And they call themselves black, but the judicial. I always have a problem. Judicial. I just hate this so much. I don't like saying it. They don't recognize black people, and we don't identify with any culture of people that can support us. So we're not recognized by the law, and we don't identify with any culture of people because we're not Africans. You can call us Africans. You can call us African American all you want. I'm not from Africa. I don't know anybody in Africa. So Africa's a huge huge place. It's the biggest place in the
It's
world.
a continent. It's not even a country. It's a continent.
It's the biggest place in the world.
Right.
Like, you can't just say, I'm from Africa. Like, that's not helping you.
We don't even. There's a very clear difference between us and Africans. Like, you
There's a clear difference between Africans and Africans.
You can just put us all in a room. You can clearly pick out the differences. Like, so you can't say that. Oh, I'm African American. Like, nah, bro. We just like, yeah.
But this is what we were talking about earlier with the history.
Yeah, it's talking about whitewashing history. and stuff.
They
It's
completely
just
eradicated
erased.
our history, and so now we're trying to get laws passed based. Bro, people don't understand business. They don't understand politics. They don't understand it at all. They just think we are being oppressed. We're people too, but you can't identify as black. Which y'all need to get a Black's Law dictionary and look up the definition of black, so that you can understand how the system sees you when you identify as black. So then when you do that, you have no rights. So therefore, there's nothing to do in your favor. But this is the reason why it's so important that we don't know our history. Because Native Americans have rights.
Oh my God.
We have no heritage. All they feed us is lies.
Native Americans, they got plots of land in random places where they have their own laws.
Right.
Because we know we came over and took the land from them. So they said, you know what? Here y'all go. Here y'all go. Y'all,
Bro,
y'all,
I'm gonna take your
here y'all
land. You
go.
know what? I'm gonna give you a little something.
Hey, listen, but
How
they
savage
live
is
by
that?
their own set of laws in these lands. They're casinos. Why do you think they got casinos? They're
But when you look at the people who are making the money off these casinos, and in the words of Donald Trump, they don't look like Indians to me. They don't look like Indians to you, and they don't look like Indians to me. They're white dudes. It's all, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, because they always say that they have this Native American
Yes,
bloodline.
$5 Indian is a real thing. Like, people can't just gloss over stuff. Like, $5 Indian is a real thing. So, because Indians look white. They do. A lot of Indians look white. $5 Indians, bro. Like, but this is what I'm saying. So, I can't even be mad because the system is working the way it works. We just don't understand it. And the thing that's frustrating to me about the Democratic Party is the Democratic Party is the ones that started the KKK.
Yes.
So it's like,
bro,
this y'all, like, none of this makes any sense.
and we have been taught to be
that's
blue,
the
blue,
community
blue,
that
blue,
we're
blue.
supporting.
Exactly.
Blue.
We're
blue,
supporting
blue.
the same people, and it's so funny that we're biting the hands that feed us, right? The people that are trying to help us, or the viewpoints that would benefit us the most, we're like, nah.
When you actually, like Mel was saying, when you actually just listen to the Republicans and then Democrats, when you actually listen, I'm not even talking about just mainstream. Like watch some of their debates and stuff. When I started doing that, I said, oh, I think I'm a Republican.
Bro,
Like, I was like,
that's what I was like, I
wait
be
a minute.
to post this stuff so much. I'll be like, yo, I don't see how people aren't
I don't think I'm a
listening
Democrat.
at all.
People got so mad at me because, back when Obama was going up for his second presidency, that's when I was like, yo, I'm not into this politics no more.
Yeah.
So they get mad at me. No, you got to vote. I'll be like, look, you do realize that if I vote, I'm probably voting for Trump. Or no, that was Hillary. That was Hillary.
No, she would have been. She's blue too.
was it?
No,
It was Hillary and Trump, right?
Yeah. But yeah,
It was the
Obama
Hillary. It was
went
the
up
Hillary.
against somebody else.
It was the Hillary and Trump election.
Okay.
They were like, you got to vote. We can't let Trump. I said, bro, you don't want me voting because I'd probably vote for Trump. Like, if I was into politics, I would not be a Democrat.
At all. It's
Listen,
so
man,
wild,
you
man.
gotta when you start looking. That was one of the best things you said is listen from a point of I'm just gonna listen.
Just don't put your personal feelings. Forget what you've been told.
Don't even if you didn't know who was on what side.
Just listen to what they're saying.
Listen to what they're saying, and a lot of times I think that us black people, we would then copper-colored people, we would really be like,
I'm rocking with these conservatives.
Republican.
You know?
I'm like I like what they're talking about.
Because I did that. I was just like this. Because I was like, oh yeah, I'm rocking with Obama.
Of course.
Democrats, we out here.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? But then I started, and this was only because the community I grew up in,
Yeah.
it was only pushed.
Yeah.
And the narratives and the news outlets that were echoing in my mind, it was all that. So that's all that. That's all I knew. And
Biden-
anything that opposed that, I was not even listening.
Biden says you're not black if you don't vote for me.
Bro,
On Charlemagne, with Charlemagne.
Listen. He says, if you're not black, if you're not voting for me.
Like, he's so confident. Like,
Bro, listen, it's right in
but
front
if
of
you
your
listen,
face.
but if you listen to the verbiage and you understand what black means, it actually all aligns.
Yeah.
When he said it, I heard it. It wasn't an outrage.
It's more like
to
a
it.
subliminal.
It's subliminal. It's subliminal. Oh, people don't like when I talk about this. When I talk about how I don't identify as black, I don't even know what I don't.
man.
Huh?
So that's another episode.
People they do not like that because they don't understand it. They've done no research. They don't know their heritage at all. Like at all. They think they were slaves. It's. We don't have time.
Who's
to get into
Pokemon?
this. Pokemon.
We was Pokemon. we know
Oh,
like,
we were Pokemon.
like that. Which one were you?
Hey man,
you
we got
Bulbasaur?
caught in them balls, man.
Pikachu?
They just took you from where you was at. You started off in the Leaf Village. Well,
We
I was
get
in
it.
Naruto.
Alright, man.
And now
He was in Konoha, and then
Konoha.
you went to the
Sand Village.
sand gym.
dang man, and now you up in the rock with Brock and all that. You in the rock. How'd I get here?
I mean, now I'm going against the Elite Four.
Then
Where
you
does
got released
Dragonite
to
come
the
from?
wild, man. Pokemon is slavery.
Yeah, man.
I'm telling you what, man. I'm gonna write a book on that.
On slavery?
Pokemon is
Pokemon is slavery.
the
Man,
most.
you might get a lawsuit from
Oh,
Nintendo.
You're
probably
definitely
will.
gonna get.
You would get
the largest brand of all time.
Actually, it's probably something out there that talks about that.
They're probably. I literally came out of nowhere. I just put it on.
But
the
you know the
episode.
funny thing about it is human beings are all connected, so we all know everything.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
I wish people thought like that.
Yeah.
I wish people understood that we are literally all connected. I was reading this book.
That's why they said we got doppelgangers and stuff. You know, like.
That would be.
You think that? You just think that we're all unique in our own special way, and every single person is just. Man, I'm keeping it 100, man. You look at certain Asian cultures, and I'm like, hey, man, y'all, I can't.
Steve, that's not doppelgangers. That's just
I know, but no, I'm not being.
that
listen,
was fucked up.
No. I'm just saying, like,
That's fucked
people
up.
look at us. They look at us that way too. So
Right.
all black
Yeah.
people look alike.
but we obviously don't.
No, but from the outside in, it's just like if you don't. I mean, obviously they're different, but it's just like, come on, there's
I mean,
8 billion people in the world.
You can
we're
look
all
at
just look. We're all
darker colored
different.
people and tell there's a difference. Like even if when I moved to New York, I was just like, that ain't no regular. That's
He mixed with something where he
Like,
from
no,
somewhere.
That's where you got a lot of Haitians.
yeah,
Yeah.
And I was just like, something is different about him, but it's like me, but it's not.
Yeah, you
know?
can just tell.
Yeah.
And so I was like, oh, it's Haitian. That was my first introduction to Haitian.
Okay.
Right,
yeah.
right.
I was like, oh, that's,
Delaware, there was Haitians in Delaware.
Haitian,
not a lot, but they were.
Dominicans.
Yeah.
you get.
And they just said, "Well, you're all black." Nah,
Right,
bro,
like,
we're
no.
we're not. Like, we're different.
See, and that right there, that blanket.
Yeah.
It doesn't
puts you
even
in a
make
box.
it doesn't even make sense because if you call a Japanese person Chinese, that's
Oh, man.
offensive. Same way as you call a Mexican a Puerto Rican.
Oh, man.
Right? You wouldn't just say, "Well, they're all Mexican." No. So you just put this blanket. We're all
You
black.
call a Puerto Rican Dominican? I ask now. Like, hey, I don't want to be offensive because one time,
Yeah, just ask.
I was like, "Oh, are you Puerto Rican?" And this girl was like, "What? What?" I got cussed out the whole way up and down.
all in Spanish.
All
like, go,
I
nigga it off.
said, I said, okay, no more. Like, I just asked, like, well, what do you? Because what do you mean? I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, you can be Mexican, you can be Dominican, you can be Puerto Rican, you can be Cuban. I don't know.
And it's because we're not cultured.
Right,
Because
it's-
you
I
can
don't-
tell the difference if you know.
Right,
Yeah.
and I
But
don't
we're
know.
not
So it's
cultured,
like,
yeah.
well, instead of me just saying it, let me ask. And if you feel like that's offensive, I had one girl, like, I think I told you guys about this girl. Like, I asked her, I said, what are you? And because she was black, but she wasn't. And then she ended up being like West Indian or something. Like, and I'm just like, how would I know that?
Yeah.
You know what I mean? I can
guess
just
you've
tell,
never even-
I can tell you weren't like me. Which, when I say like me, I don't know what I am. I mean, seriously, what am I? What is Mal? What are you? We're African American. No, what?
I'm not no damn African
I'm
American.
indigenous.
I'm just saying.
I mean, I'm just
you know what I
saying,
mean?
like-
I got you. Yeah.
But if you call
I'm
a Haitian
indigenous.
or Jamaican black, they're proud of their culture. Not, man, I'm Jamaican.
Yeah.
You don't just call them black. You know what I'm saying? Like,
yeah, you and they might say it because it's been
yeah,
so we all kind of say it, but they not.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like Haitian, they be like, "No, I'm Haitian," and
But-
they're proud of their culture.
By the way, of course, and you should be, right?
Right.
Because culture is the spice of life. I love the diversity and
right.
black used to be fighting words. When you called someone black, let's just go back 60 years, you know what I mean? You call somebody black, it's fighting words.
Yeah.
Why is it so acceptable now? And when did that happen? When did it go from being fighting words? Because people don't know the definitions of
No,
stuff.
I ain't African American. I'm black.
But what do you?
That's-
Okay, then what do you prefer? If would you rather? Because I get more offended from African American.
As you should. It's all offensive, to be honest.
I don't even know why.
If you
Just
understand
call
the
me
history.
Steven.
If anything,
Like-
if I was to identify with anything based on based on everything, I would just be American, since I was born in the United States of America.
Yeah.
Right.
I'm simply an
We're
American.
gonna start just writing in other American.
I don't put black on mine anymore.
I don't either.
But I mean, I would consider myself indigenous because that's as best as I can get it. You know
I've
what I'm
been
saying?
here. I'm not from Africa.
I'm from here. My family's from here. When I ask my ancestors where they from, they tell me Kentucky, Mississippi.
I mean, nobody.
You know what I'm
I don't
saying?
like. Nobody is from Africa. I don't have any Africans in our family.
Grandpa apparently mentioned being from maybe having some people from some place in Africa. I don't really remember, but it's he wasn't from there. It was somebody in his lineage. So it's possible that a part of us is, but our dad's side ain't none of them from.
They're
Africa.
from Pennsylvania,
They're all from-
and they're Pennsylvania, Delaware.
yeah. So yeah, I think that it's important. People don't want to.
do ancestry.com, man. See what they say.
Are you serious?
Nah, come on, son.
Come on, man.
Come on, man.
That's all.
Come
bull.
on, get out the Matrix, man.
That's all bull, man.
Get out the Matrix.
They're gonna say we're gonna be Scottish. Or
I
something.
watched somebody on the Breakfast Club. It was somebody famous talking to like DJ Envy about it. It was like, yeah, I got it done. Da, 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 da. He was like, which one did you get? They're like, oh, I did the ancestry. No, that's not the right one. You got to do the other one. They're all bull. They're all wrong. They're all bull. And this is why you can't use it in a court of law. You can't use it for any legal purpose. It's for entertainment purposes only. Why? If it's science and it's legitimate, why wouldn't you be able to use it? Because you can present any other kind of science in a court of law, but you can't present that in a court of law. And this is what people don't pay attention to. They're looking at the advertising, they're looking at all the big fancy words, and Oprah's doing this and that, and she's from here. And even when you listen to these dudes speak about it, they're just making it up. They're just making it up. And also, by the way, how are you gonna know 100 years ago who was living in that region and then track me back to that region?
But there's technology for that, Chris.
Well,
they
yeah.
have technology. They have doctors.
Where are you getting the samples from?
They have scientists that can track it back.
Nope, you're getting the samples from people that live there today. So it can't even tell me what's going on 100 or 200 years ago. We're talking about people that live here today. You don't know who was there 200 years ago.
even know.
But they use science. Oh, it's science.
Science.
I'm not that stupid.
Tracing.
You gotta explain it to me.
Skip
Because
tracing.
where are you getting the DNA samples from? From 200-300
I
years
got
ago?
some
for
DNA
all
for
these
you.
people.
They have.
You digging up graves?
They
Grave
were
robbing.
donated to science.
Donations.
Bones and
The bones.
all this stuff. They were donated
And-
to science.
and based on that-
and based on that research, they
bones.
were able to track the DNA and say this is the bloodline and this is the amount of
Lineage.
Haitian you have in you, and this is the amount of Hispanic you have.
Yeah.
in
all in the
you.
bones.
It's
You got
all
some
in the
Indian.
Dude, let me tell y'all something. Even
Put a bow on it.
even fraternal and paternal DNA testing is only 99%.
Not even 100.
It's not even 100%.
So you talking about my mammy and my pappy? It's still not 100.
it's still not 100%.
That's crazy.
So
why they just leave a margin? Well, just in case, we'll just leave a margin of error.
no, it's a margin of error because it actually exists. So I could take the DNA from my mom and the DNA from my dad, and there's a chance 1% or 0.1% that it might come back false.
Dang.
Wow, that's not reliable. That doesn't sound like it's
I
reliable.
mean, 100%. It's not. It ain't 100%.
It's not 100%.
They said, well, man, it's 96. There's a 96. It's 96.8. Oh yeah, well, that's your parents.
Right.
Wait a minute. What about the other? You know, what about the other
Out of 100
3.4?
people, there has to be those 0.4 that or
That's where the doppelgangers come in, because there's people that could have your same DNA, or maybe there's a little bit of residual DNA up in mama from the last man.
Hey, you know what?
Maybe there's a
I'm
little
not
bit
talking
of
about anybody's
maybe there's a little
mamas.
bit of extra sampling.
Hey, make sure y'all subscribe to the channel.
Maybe
Like
there's a
this
little
video.
bit of
Let me know your
leftovers.
thoughts about the particular
you
subject.
got your little conspiracy. out of
Maybe
Chris,
there's
so.
a little bit of you know. Hey man, hold on! Don't just. What if there was? What if it was like that? What if everything wasn't gone? Well, they say. Well, you
can't-
do.
apparently, you can get pregnant by 2 different men at the same time.
See, and you
There
do.
was something
You,
that recently came out with that.
you do leave.
Where, like,
you do
this-
carry along a piece of everybody you're ever with. Maybe that is part of that 0.01, 0.02.
That's a good thought.
Yeah.
I mean,
a little
That's a
bit of
good thought.
residual
There
DNA
was
up
this
in
lady
you.
who just recently got pregnant and she had 2 kids by 2 separate dads.
Yeah, it happens. Apparently.
But it happened like while she got pregnant while she was already pregnant. You know.
Now, I actually recently heard about somebody who got pregnant while they were already pregnant. As a matter,
You know what? They don't test this stuff all the time. This is you only get. I never got. There was no testing for my children.
Mm-hmm.
There was never a test that was done to determine if I was the father. We just assumed.
Right.
You know, oh, he looks like you. You know what I mean? We just assumed.
Mm-hmm.
Like, so just imagine how more this could be happening.
if
If they tested every
Everyone.
single one, like
As a matter
the
of
percentage
fact-
would probably go down a little bit.
the manosphere actually presented an idea where it just becomes a thing that, as part of the process, you
Yeah.
get the baby tested.
Yeah. Like
Because so many
we
men
go in anyway.
So many men are raising children for 18 years and finding out they're not theirs.
That's crazy.
Oh, bro.
I mean, here's the thing. If it was me, and if I found out at this point, it doesn't change anything
It's too
for me.
late, yeah.
But I mean, if it's a month, 2 months, 3, 6, even a year in, oh no, that makes a difference.
It makes a difference.
Especially if me and mom aren't like
Right. Oh,
you know what I mean?
Even more so.
I mean, if
Golly.
we're not 100%, oh nah, bro.
it's over. It's
yeah,
deuces.
yeah.
But it's women know 100%.
I mean,
Apparently not, but
do they?
99
Imagine if you are just in because here's the thing. There's this guys that women are all very loyal and they're with one man at a time, but we know that's not true.
Right.
And women have access to way more men than men have access to women.
Right.
So if you have women that are being very honest and they're like, well, yeah, I mean, I have friends who are dealing with 2 and 3 men right now. Just normal, right? So if all of a sudden you get pregnant, you like, well, they start doing the numbers. Well, I was only with him, and and then that's how we come up with it.
Well, okay, I'll say this. You know, if you're only dealing with one man, you'll know. And,
Right.
And if you're dealing with multiple men, you know you should get tested.
Right.
But what they do, oftentimes, is they pick their favorite. Who's gonna be the best dad?
Ooh, man.
They just Russian. It's Russian roulette.
Funny thing is, I know a girl, and this is a true story. I know a girl who did that, and to this day, we're not friends anymore or whatever. But I, from what I know, he doesn't know. Like
He just thinks
the girl was living with one of my friends, and I actually went over there because I was, you know, I went over there drinking, party, whatever, and you know what I'm saying, I almost had sex with her, but I didn't. But she got pregnant. And my friend told me, he's like, yeah, man, he's telling this dude that it's his. And I have actively seen her with multiple men, different men, coming to the house because they were always going to the bar. It was just that time of life, you know? And she would always have guys over the house, random dudes. Like, she would get drunk, wake up in the middle of the living room with no panties on. Like, it was, I would hear all kinds of stories. And this one I was wild, and so I'm like, yeah, I'm coming through too. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But, and then all of a sudden she got pregnant and she said, oh yeah, it's his. And it was a dude who was really pursuing her to be with her. And she basically picked the one dude who thought he would be the best dad. And of course, he never asked any questions. There was never any tests done. And to this day, As
Nobody
far as I
knows.
know, yeah. I mean, I saw her recently on Facebook, and they just look happy, and I'm just like, I know that you're not sure. Like they're not.
Right.
She's not sure because even then, she even was like, I was messing around with a couple dudes. There's no 100%.
Right.
So-
right. In that scenario, 100,
Yeah.
But I'm just saying, like, if a woman is messing with one guy, she knows
Yeah.
100% if
Yeah.
that's his baby. But
Yeah.
he doesn't.
Yeah, he doesn't.
still doesn't.
He's just taking her word.
As a
because-
matter of fact, at no point can a man really know. I mean, you can know because you came in her, and you can know, and
mean, unless you get a test.
based on it, but you still can't know because she.
I mean,
she could have been with somebody else at that.
I mean, listen, man. I mean, as me having kids, I mean, I don't 100% know.
A lot of people have problems conceiving, so it even muddies the waters because you could be actively coming in a girl and she don't get pregnant for years.
Yeah.
And then she gets up, I'm pregnant, and be like, oh, okay, one got through.
Yeah.
No, it's just different DNA. You know what I'm saying? Like
some little
somebody else put
residual,
up in there
little
with
leftovers.
with some strong swimmers, and they got to the goal.
Man, or what happens if you have like one night like a one night stand, right? Strong swimmers go up in there, and then the next day she gets in a relationship, she cuts you off, right? And now she's just in a relationship, and you know what I'm saying? Like, and then she's gonna be like, oh, you got me pregnant. Well, nah, it was the dude that you had sex with in the night before, but
Right.
now y'all been together for a month. Like, dang, like
And that stuff happens.
It happens. Oh, bruh. Crazy. And we don't know.
So yeah, they said, you know what? DNA testing should just be
Standard.
That way, there's no emotions involved. It's not. Oh, you don't trust
It's
me.
just
it's what it is.
Why don't we do that?
Because no one advocates for men.
Back
That
then,
only
that's
benefits
crazy.
men.
That's true. Dang. That's
This
crazy.
is what I've been. Yeah. So I think at the end of the day,
Well, you gonna trust the women?
I don't.
That's crazy.
I don't.
I've never even thought about that.
I have been taught that, we were all taught that women, you put them on a pedestal, they're perfect, they don't cheat, it's always the man's fault.
Yeah.
That's just the households we grew up in. It's what we saw on TV. And then you become a man, you realize, oh wait, no, there's more to this story. So, at the end of the day, I'm not saying that I don't trust women or I can't trust women. I'm saying, like, I'm not gonna just 100% trust you just because you're a woman or because we're dating.
Yeah.
That's stupid. Why would you just put all your trust in someone? Like, no, that's stupid.
Man, the crazy thing is, man, when we was on the outs, man, when she got pregnant. We was on
That's
the
how
outs.
it typically always happens.
Like, we was literally like, I was
Right,
like, I'm
right.
leaving, we're breaking up, like, it's over. And all of a sudden, she was pregnant. And I'm like, I
think-
guess I'm staying home now.
Well, sometimes, obviously,
my
there's
son is mine, but...
there's obviously those situations when girls want to make sure you stay where they want you, so they'll do things. They'll stop taking birth control. They'll, you know what I mean? They'll do things to make sure that you get pregnant. They'll drake you.
Have y'all ever wanted to get a girl pregnant?
Yeah, of course.
Like,
I
no,
accidentally did.
I want to get you pregnant
Oh,
so
like-
you don't leave me.
That's no.
So you're part of my life.
No.
No,
But
I
I
think that's toxic.
I said the night that I conceived, we conceived our son. I said I'm getting you pregnant tonight, and then the reason I know that it's that night because we were fighting, so we weren't having sex. And then all of a sudden we had sex at one time, then we didn't have sex afterwards, and then she was pregnant. It was the night that Duke won the championship, and I said, if Duke wins, I'm getting you pregnant. Literally, I was wasted. I was lit, drunk. My boys was drunk swimming up in that thing, and literally had sex because we didn't have sex weeks before. Had sex one time, didn't have sex weeks after, and then she's pregnant.
Damn,
you was on your way out.
I know. I was out of there, and then I said, "Oh nope, gotta stay now." And I said, "I'm getting you pregnant." So it wasn't like I didn't. I was drunk. I wasn't like saying I want to, but my drunk Steven wanted to.
Drunk because your inhibition. I think biology says get these women pregnant. You know what I'm saying? Our biology says because that's what we're supposed to do. We're supposed to get women pregnant. So when you get drunk, it's like all of that logic and all that societal conditioning goes out the window, and you're like, I need to get her pregnant. And also, it feels good. It feels good. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean?
Leave a little DNA up in there.
That's a different feeling. You know what I'm saying? So,
All right,
yeah.
man.
Okay.
Y'all good?
Oh yeah, I'm done.
Yeah, how y'all feeling?
I'm good.
Feeling like-
You get it off your chest?
Feeling like I need to
You get it off your chest?
Drop these kids off at the pool somewhere. Put this. Just joking. I'm just joking.
Okay. Yeah, man. Let us know your thoughts. Subscribe to the channel. Like this video.
Yeah.
But yeah, man. Peace and love. You all take care.